As children, we are told to follow our dreams, to work hard and never give up until they come true. This long journey north is one of my dreams. Lost in the shadows of the Alaskan wilderness, I step into the tree line and take in the smell of the forest. This is Wolverine country, and finally, I am here. Endless miles of dense forests, rushing rivers, and towering mountains encompass what is considered the last true frontier in North America. Welcome to Alaska, a place where the wild stretches as far as the eye can see. Staking claim as the largest and most sparsely populated U.S. state, it boasts a staggering 663,000 square miles of land, which also happens to be home for some of the continent's most iconic animals. If you look up, there is a good chance you will spot a bald eagle, watching as you roam along a river's edge. This elegant bird of prey is a symbol of vision, and if one soars across your path, it's a sign that you should trust where you are going and what you will become. My path in life had landed me here, on the search for an animal so elusive that they are only ever seen at a glance, as a flash of fur in the underbrush or a shadow moving out of focus that you barely happen to catch from the corner of your eye. To encounter a Wolverine in the wild is next to impossible, but for me, part of the dream was to at least try. The Wolverine is a spiritual symbol of persistence, an animal that never surrenders, that never gives up, and which defies all odds when it comes to survival. I knew that by immersing myself into this wild place, I would allow my mind and spirit to become one with the Wolverine. I needed to place my hands where paws may have touched the boulders that had worn down over millions of years to become grains of sand. I wanted to drink the same life-giving water that melts from the glaciers and flows through the forests. I challenged myself to venture across the skeletons of fallen giants, so as to find myself facing the exact same obstacles this animal conquered with ease.
This forest is like a playground. I can only imagine what it would be like to be a Wolverine out here in all of this. I'm trying to find one, but man, this terrain is difficult.
For several days we searched riverbeds, forests, and boulder-strewn grasslands. The crew was with me every step of the way, as I climbed trees, forged raging waters.
Come on, keep going! Hand me the camera! Woo! This is tough!
And watched in wonder as the sun set beyond the mountains, leaving an eerie glow in a never-darkening summer sky. I wanted to find a Wolverine more than anything I have ever wanted in my life. Yet as the hours turned into days, I came to the realization that it could take my entire lifetime and I may never see a Wolverine in the wild. Alaska is simply that vast, and this creature is truly that elusive. But Breaking Trail is an animal show, and if there is one thing I promised each and every one of you, it's that I would be getting up close with a Wolverine. So it was time to shift the gears into Plan B. However, not all things go according to plan. Whenever the crew and I can't find animals in the wild, we work with sanctuaries that have rescued or raise them in captivity. And today, we will be working alongside Steve Kroschel.
Oh man, it is beautiful out today. And we're about to meet Steve. He is the man who can speak with all animals, but specifically the Wolverine. Pretty excited to meet him. I've got my little stuffed Wolverine here, Gulo, who I've had since I was a little kid. 8 years old, my mom made this for me, and I've been carrying it ever since. And I figured no better place to bring this stuffed animal than to Alaska. Here he comes. This is Steve. Steve!
I heard talking.
Sorry, we walked through the gate. We didn't know if anybody was here yet.
Well, I can hear things, and the birds stopped singing, so I thought, what's going on here?
I'm Coyote.
Nice to see you.
Nice
a few of those around here too.
Yeah,
Coyotes.
no, I know. It's a nickname I've had since I was a little kid, so I know it's kind of unusual, but
Yeah.
you know, it's an original thing.
Coyote
so.
Peterson.
Coyote Peterson, that's it.
You got a show on the internet.
Yes, YouTube. We've been doing it for about 2 years now. All sorts of different animals, and hopefully today.
You got one here.
Yes, this is my
It's
Wolverine.
not alive though.
No, this is not as alive as the Wolverines you're used to. And I told myself if I ever actually make it to Alaska to see a Wolverine, Gulo is coming with me.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, you want to see a live one?
Yes, if we can get close to live Wolverines today, that would be pretty awesome.
What do you mean close?
As close as you'll let me get.
So who is Steve Kroschel? Well, to put it simply, he is a man who cares about animals. So much so that he has dedicated his life to building an incredible wildlife sanctuary that is home to many rescued Alaskan animals, including moose, lynx, weasels, and of course, the Wolverine. But we aren't allowed to see that yet. Aside from being the man who cares for and speaks to animals, he is also an incredibly successful filmmaker. Steve has produced and directed several award-winning documentaries, and is world-renowned as being the master of avalanches. That's right, if you have ever seen an avalanche on screen, there is a good chance Steve is the one who filmed it.
This has been a dream of mine since I was 8 years old, and you can help me realize that today. If you're willing to train me and let me get close. I know, it's crazy, right?
How much time do we have?
Well, we need to get this episode today. So it's 8 o'clock right now, and I'd like to be working with the Wolverine by, let's say, Today. So let's say 8 hours. Can you turn me into somebody that's ready to be in an enclosure with the Wolverine in 8 hours? If you're willing to train me, I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Train you.
Train me to the point where you feel I am ready to be in the presence of a Wolverine.
I mean,
Is that a yes?
I think that's a yes. I think that's a yes, guys.
all right. Let's try something here.
All right, let's let the training begin.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, we're in. So, Steve, I noticed that you don't wear any shoes. Is there a reason for this?
Yeah, actually, I can afford shoes, but I don't like to wear them. I really feel better, and this is scientifically backed, you know, with your physiology changes immediately when you connect to the earth. And all creatures, all animals are connected to the earth, fish, birds, everything, except people, because of the rubber-soled shoes. So you're missing out.
Okay, well,
You're
because
missing
I am walking in your steps today.
No, don't do
No,
that. No, your feet aren't, do you do this a lot?
No, but if I'm gonna learn from you, I need to be walking the same way that you do and connect with the planet. Okay, this is where it begins.
Because we got like a day, is that it?
Yeah, 8 hours. 8 hours before Wolverine comes.
My little wheels are turning in my head.
Okay. Well, oh, cool. Are these all your skulls?
Yeah, well, this is like a
Oh, check
ossuary.
this out. Wow.
Here's a Wolverine skull right here.
That is a Wolverine
There's
skull.
wolves here, but anyway.
Wow. Can I hold it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen Wolverine skulls in museums. This
Yeah?
is actually the first time I have ever physically held one.
Even really?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
honest to goodness. Okay, so Steve, I know this is gonna seem a little bit weird, but hold on to the skull. Trust me. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand inside of the jaws, and I want you to just apply a little pressure. Now, press down. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Ah, okay, that's good, that's good.
Gee, Merry Christmas.
Wow, those canines are unbelievably sharp. Look at the indentation that put into my hand. Okay, Now that I feel like I know what it's like to be slightly bitten by a Wolverine, let's get into the training.
Oh, Jesus.
I think at this point, Steve either thought I was completely crazy or that I was simply willing to do whatever it would take to get face to face with the Wolverine. Then all of a sudden, I was presented with my first test.
What was that?
You got another little Huvilian coming here. Relative of the Wolverine.
In that pipe?
Yeah.
Is it a weasel?
No, it's a mystery animal.
Mystery animal.
You know what? I'm gonna get a little jar of jelly and I'll reveal it. How's that?
That sounds really good. Okay, Steve, whenever you're ready.
I've got I went in the cabin and got this jelly.
Okay.
I need to find a stick.
About like this long? Is that good?
Just get a little bit on the end.
Like that?
It's growling again. He smells
he's
that.
ready.
Hurry. This is a mini Wolverine on steroids.
Right. First test. I can do this.
On,
Right,
on
you do the
three.
countdown for me.
No, I can't do it. Let's quit.
I hear it. It's okay. It's okay. I got it. Count me down.
It'll bite you in the face.
It's okay. Count me down.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa! Did you see how fast that pie Martin came out of that little box? And I still have all my fingers. How'd I do, Steve?
Oh, that's good enough.
In my mind, I was certain that it was time to meet the Wolverine. I was barefoot, I felt the power of the Wolverine's teeth, and I passed the Pine Marten test with flying colors. In my second test, Steve needed me to cut a gift for the Wolverine out of moose hide.
That is your offering to the animal. It's a peace offering. This will help you to understand what size the Wolverine would like, and just you're going to put feeling into it. Even while you're cutting it, you're going to think about Wolverines, and you're getting into the Wolverine's frequency. You're dialing in right now. Go ahead. Don't cut yourself.
I'm also bigger?
Yeah, that looks like you're insulting.
Oh boy. Okay, he says bigger. It's still wet down here. Oh, absolutely stinks. Okay, this has got to be the one. That is all still rotting right there. Almost looks like the face of a Sasquatch. All right, Steve, I think I got a piece.
That looks good.
There is no greater stench than rotting moose hide. Steve instructed me to literally rub the rotting skin all over the inside of the arena.
The sense of smell in a Wolverine is very, very, very keen. 1 molecule per 5 million. Okay, yours is like 1 in 125,000.
The only thought going through my mind, other than washing my hands, was when in the world am I going to see this Wolverine? Next, he had me carry a 40-pound slab of cow ribs for nearly a mile. I was to place it in the arena as an offering to the Wolverine and a sign that I came in peace. After that, he said I needed to work on my speed, so I sprinted. Next, it was my balance, so I balanced. Steve believed that conditioning me both physically and mentally was the only way I stood any chance at surviving an encounter with a Wolverine. I knew I was getting close, and as Steve headed off on his own, he instructed me to enter the arena and take a nap. He said that if I fell asleep listening to the call of the raven, that it would guide me to a dream that would tell of my destiny.
Coyote, what's up, man? What's going on?
Well, it is mid-afternoon at this point. It's hot. We haven't seen Steve for hours. I'm beginning to wonder at this point, is Steve turning me into Steve, or is Steve turning me into a Wolverine?
The crazy thing about Steve is that even when you don't think he's listening, he's listening. My feet were weathered and worn. My hands ached. And just when I felt that I couldn't go any further, Steve sat me down and told me that my training was complete. He said that I still wasn't ready to meet the Wolverine, but that it was time to learn how to speak their language. And if I could accomplish that, or at least get to a point where I wasn't asking for my face to be clawed off, that maybe, just maybe, I would be ready to meet the Phantom of the North. This next part is probably one of the strangest things I have ever done. But when the teacher instructs, the student would be wise to listen to his teachings.
What's going on right now, Coyote?
At this point, I am going to learn a little bit about the vocalizations that it takes to interact with the Wolverine.
If the Wolverine comes at you, it's Can you do that? Okay, that's good enough. I can tell you can do it. And you got to remember that because he will do things to you in which you won't like.
But I notice you have a whole bunch of variation in everything that you do, and I want to make sure.
Yeah, that's when he's coming at you, and he's got that meat, and you're trying to pull. That's it. And then, if he's chewing on it, he's going, hi. If he's doing what you want him to do, this, hi.
Just give him positive reinforcement.
Just, you got to keep talking the whole time because he doesn't know you.
Hi.
Yeah. At some point. No. Only if he comes at you.
Okay.
No, that wasn't good enough.
What if he makes full contact?
And then he just. Really? Okay, that's good, and I'll get there. Oh, God. That's good. Don't do any more.
It's good.
Yeah.
You hear that? He said that. He said it's good. I think I'm there, guys. I think he's ready, and I think I'm ready. I'm sure you're sitting there in front of your screen thinking to yourself, Coyote, what goes through one's mind before they get into an enclosure with a Wolverine? I'm excited because for 25 years I've been trying to get to this point, but at the same time, my heart is moving at about 1,000,000 miles a second. And I am nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but I need to make sure that that Wolverine does not realize that I'm nervous, because if it does, it's going to completely control the situation. And I need to keep my cool and get this animal up close for the cameras. Gulo, my little buddy, it's been a long journey to get to this point. This is where I leave you behind and I get in with the real living, breathing Wolverine. Mark, are you ready for this?
As right as I'm gonna be, man. Let's do it.
We are about to get into an enclosure with a real live Wolverine. Whoa. This is the Wolverine coming out.
See if he'll go up this log here. There we go.
The animal was incredible, just as I had envisioned in my dreams. And as it scaled the log and came to a stop, there was no hesitation between us, as instantly we came face to face. My dream of meeting a Wolverine had come true.
Here you go.
Ready? Okay.
All right.
Cool, did you get that?
Yeah.
That was incredible. That was it. I just made a connection with a Wolverine. This is good, right? He's accepting the fact that I have him on the tether.
Yeah, okay. Just let him walk. Let him meet your Wolverine. You got a hold of him. He's meeting your Wolverine.
Look at this.
A child. Oh my God.
It's okay. It's okay. This is completely natural.
That's good.
Look at that. What is that? What is that, Pam? It's okay. It's okay. Wow.
Let him go. 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 Don't get too close. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Let him go. Let him be there. Let him be there. Let him be there. That's good. That's good. Okay. That's fine. Now we're gonna go back.
I can't believe it. Now we gotta see if Steve will actually let me into the enclosure and get it off the harness.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, now Mark's coming in with us. You know that, right?
Yep.
I was about to be the first animal show host in history to enter an enclosure with an unharnessed Wolverine.
In an enclosure right now with the Wolverine. I'm gonna turn this GoPro on and just set this over here by the moose skin and the cow meat.
So Coyote, you're over there now.
Okay.
That moose hide.
Okay.
That gift.
This is my gift.
Right there.
Okay.
Okay. And then Mark is right behind Coyote.
Okay.
Right there. Okay, I'm gonna let him go now.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna get over on this side and be behind you, and I'm gonna watch.
Okay.
I think he's so preoccupied.
Okay, at this point, the Wolverine is off of the harness. We are in an enclosure with the animal.
Here he comes to you.
Hi, hi, hi.
Okay, let him pull it. Let him pull it.
Do I let go?
Yeah, no, just let him pull on it. Okay. Okay, let go.
Oh, he likes that. I knew it. That soft part
Watch
of the
your
moose's
hands.
belly.
Watch your hands.
Okay.
Very nice. That's your gift to him.
Okay.
Now, I would get up and walk over here with me. No. Just watch him. Just don't get any. I would get closer. He'll defend his kill.
Okay. I am about 2 feet away from the Wolverine right now. Here he is.
No, it's okay. Let him do whatever he wants.
Hi.
What I want you to do now, if he gets that a little bit further, I want you to grab that piece of meat and
Okay.
take it and put it over here and see if he takes it and puts it back. If you do that, you're developing a relationship with him without insulting him. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Pick it up. Throw it back. Throw it over here. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, he now sees that the meat is not there. It's right here.
Hi.
Okay, pull on it. Okay, let him have it. Let him have it. Let him have it. That's enough.
Okay.
That's very nice. He didn't just.
Didn't struggle too much.
Well, he didn't jump from the meat to you.
Okay.
So this is a good sign that he's accepting you in the sense of he's letting you into his private world now.
Okay.
That is incredible. That's like, I just can't believe what I just saw.
Bam, here it is. Okay, I'm watching him. There you go.
Hi.
Ooh, his hand is, watch your hands. Go ahead, watch your
Be careful.
Okay?
I'm gonna let him drag.
Too close.
That one was his.
I'm gonna give you my shirt. I'm gonna give you my shirt.
Okay, put that on. You think he'll feel a little more comfortable?
Put that on.
Okay.
Put that on. You're taking over my, you see that's all the holes in there?
Okay. I'm gonna drag the meat back again just real slowly, see if we can do that again.
Do it quickly.
Let's just let it be natural. Trust me, just let me let the Wolverine come up to me.
Don't.
Hi. Here, look. You get that. Oh, look how strong he is. He's actually pulling me through. Oh, he definitely got it from me. That's okay. I'm gonna let him.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Really,
I'm gonna let him
seriously.
eat. Come on, close. Look at that. And from right this position, you can see just how powerful his jaws are. He is just razoring through that meat. There's where he's also just.
All right, we're done.
No, he's okay.
No. We got meat, and you. I need you to go this way.
Go this way. Okay, I'll get behind the meat.
Okay, open that door.
Well, when Steve says that's enough, that's enough. At this point, the Wolverine's getting a little too rowdy, and Steve said, out of the cage. But that has to be the coolest thing that I've ever done while hosting an animal show. My heart is racing, and it was absolutely unbelievable.
So what you did there, the relationship that I've had with this Wolverine its entire life, and for 36 years working with Wolverines, what you did, unprecedented, no one's ever done that. I haven't even done some of what you just did.
Okay.
And it touched you with its teeth, its nose, you have made contact, also he allowed you. But you've taken, what we've did today is we pushed all the knowledge I had, and you pressed down all that Wolverine will give me, the benefit of being a nice animal, being with proper etiquette protocol for a human being, and you brought it to that far from reality.
Okay.
That far from reality.
That's pretty close. That's pushing the envelope. Steve, I cannot thank you enough for that experience, my friend. There are no words that can come out of my mouth right now that can truly explain what it was like to be in that enclosure with Wolverine. I can see the relief on your face, all that stress. I know how hard it was for you to let me get in there.
Parts, yeah.
All my fingers are still intact. I made contact with the Wolverine, and today you helped me realize a dream that I've had since I was 8 years old. And I don't know how I could ever thank you enough for what today was. And all those kids out there that just watched this episode that experienced and got to see a Wolverine for the first time, and you helped me do that. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm gonna hug you because
Yes!
that was.
This has been so much fun.
I want my shirt back though.
Yes, no, you need this. I can see what it was like for you to be having that Wolverine jump all over
Maybe
your
I'll
back.
send it to you when it has a few more holes. I don't know.
Yeah, I love the big, huge paw mark that's on the back here, and all those claw marks.
Oh my gosh, there really is a Wolverine track there.
There is.
Yikes.
That is awesome.
The realization of a dream is a powerful thing, and in some cases, it may take your entire life before you achieve a single one. For the crew and I to reach the far northern state of Alaska, it took many years of incredibly hard work, and the persistence to never give up on what many thought was impossible. The days I spent working alongside Steve will always be held dear in my heart, as he truly is a gift to this world. His love and appreciation for animals and his connection to the planet is unlike anything I have ever known. I am proud to call him my mentor, and I am blessed to have him as my friend. I will never forget the moments I spent in the presence of the Wolverine, and I truly consider this phantom of the wilderness to be my spirit animal. Looking back on it all, I now have a new dream, to one day return to Alaska, and I hope that when I do, the North welcomes me back with a smile and a sharp pair of claws. Working with animals can be incredibly difficult, especially when you are hoping to encounter them in the wild and have an up-close interaction that is captured on camera. The crew and I have visited many locations over the course of filming Breaking Trail, and if you have ever wondered which location has been the most difficult so far, I would definitely have to say it was Alaska. This far northern state is considered to be the last true frontier, and trust me when I say, the environment posed incredible challenges. From the vast lakes, which we explored by kayak, to the rushing glacial melt streams that were nearly impossible to forge without getting soaked by icy cold water. Then there were the incredibly dense forests. Built with ancient trees and thick plants, this habitat provided the perfect hiding places for native wildlife.
So climbed up on top of this stump here, searching the forest. Check out this vantage point. Wow, that is just trees as far as the eye can see.
So what becomes the game plan when finding animals in the wild is next to impossible? Simple. We work with ones that have been rescued or raised in captivity. Today we will be working at Steve Krochel's Wildlife Sanctuary, which is home to many different mammal species, including moose, weasels, and even a wolverine. In my opinion, mammals are the most difficult animals to work with because they very rarely want to be held, and getting them to sit still for the cameras is next to impossible. And while in the past I have worked with giant grizzly bears, ferocious badgers, and spring-loaded bobcats, nothing would challenge me and the crew more than an incredibly adorable baby red fox named Lupin.
Now, one of the toughest things about working with a fox is that a fox wants to move around as much as possible. So right now we are inside of Lupin's enclosure, and you can see this looks completely natural. You can barely even tell that we're in her enclosed environment. And here she comes, Lupin. She's very excited to have us in here. Come here, you. soon as she starts to calm down, I have a good feeling that she'll probably come close for the cameras, but at the moment, we have to let her get acclimated to us being in here. There you are. Are you gonna come hang out with me?
Right about now, I am sure you are wondering, what in the world are those noises Coyote is making? Well, they're fox calls that Steve taught me. You see, Steve has the uncanny ability to speak with animals.
Now, Steve,
Yeah.
I hear you making this little, sounds like a turkey noise.
Well, I'm talking mink language now.
That's Mink.
Yeah, mink language. Go ahead, try it.
Okay.
Gotta go faster. There you go. Pretty good, pretty good.
And he said that if I could master the language of the fox, I would likely become one of the skulk, which is a group of foxes.
There you are. Hello. You have a good sprint? What do you think? How about you and I have a conversation about your 12 vocal calls? I know you have 12 things to say to me.
My fox lingo was a bit off, so then we tried a fox toy. Just a simple duck wing tied to a stick.
That is what you call fishing for a fox right there. Oh, you almost had it. I'm doing my best to keep her attention. Hi. Good afternoon.
Keeping a fox's attention in front of a camera is far easier said than done, and before we knew it, Lupin was back to running laps around her enclosure.
Hey, Lupin, come on back here.
Next, we tried to get her up close to the cameras by pretending my hand was a mouse.
What I'm gonna do right now is turn my hand into a mouse. I'm gonna actually put it down in this hole and bury it in the grass, try to make some mouse noises, rustle this around, and see if I can get Lupin to come and pounce on me. You ready?
Yep.
Let's try this. Oh, yep, it worked. And she bit right down on the tip of my finger, only to find that it isn't actually a mouse. Well, that was pretty cool. All right, well, apparently I can speak mouse. Haven't quite yet learned how to speak fox.
We had some pretty good success at first, until she figured out that she couldn't eat my fingers.
How cool is that? Every single time she thinks my finger's a mouse. And that's such a great hunting instinct for this baby animal, to be able to learn that this is how I catch mice. It is very, very difficult to hold onto this baby fox because she wants to run around in the enclosure. So one tactic I used with the ocelot was to take my sock off and get its attention with that. Lupin. Here we go. She's got her attention. Oh boy, look at that. Oh, sock is good.
It worked wonders with the ocelot in Costa Rica, so I figured, why not try it with a fox?
Get that sock. Now, if I was one of her litter mates and I found something out there in the wild, like a hunter who left a sock behind, this would be a great toy to play with. This fox is incredibly playful, and at this age, that's natural, but even adult foxes, you'll see running around out in fields, prancing, hopping, playing fun games. Anything that she can potentially get her claws and her teeth on is fair game.
And while tug of war seemed to hold her attention at first, like any curious baby animal, she soon lost interest and went back to going everywhere except in front of the main camera.
Mario, you made a buddy.
For me? You're so cute. You're such a cutie. Well, she's over there rolling around on her back with Mario, and he's got that big fuzzy microphone on the front of his camera, and I think she's attracted to either shininess of the lens or the microphone cover. It's almost impossible to keep her in one spot. I'm gonna put my boot back on, and one of my favorite things to do with the animals that we work with is to actually follow them around with a GoPro camera. So I've got the GoPro set up on a gimbal, and let's see if we can track down the baby red fox. Ready? The red fox is one of the most elusive animals in the world, and I would say in my lifetime I've probably only ever seen 5 fox in the wild, and even when you do see them, it's only for a brief second. So if you do happen to encounter a fox, consider yourself lucky. This right here, getting to play with the baby one, whew, it's absolutely exhausting. If there's one animal that has really worn me out, it is definitely the baby red fox. This thing's got more energy than any animal we've ever worked with.
For nearly 15 minutes, we attempted to follow Lupin around her enclosure. And for a brief moment, she rolled over on her back for a belly rub.
Oh, there she goes. That's about the closest we've been all day. Pretty cool, palling around with a baby red fox.
Like I said in the beginning, filming with mammals is incredibly difficult. And after 2 hours of following this fox in circles, the crew and I called it a wrap. Getting to pal around with Lupin was one of my fondest memories from Alaska. And if there's one thing I'm confident we can all agree on, it's that this baby fox is about as adorable as it gets. As the sun breaks through the clouds and shines down upon my face, there are 2 things on my mind. The first is that Alaska is absolutely breathtaking. The second is that in just a couple minutes, I will be pinched by a giant Dungeness crab. Wait, what? Yep, you heard me right, pinched by a giant crab. Today we are in Haines, Alaska, and our first stop is the dock.
So if you want to get pinched by Dungeness crab, you gotta have the crab first. And I can't dive down to the bottom of the ocean to catch one, so today we're heading to the harbor so I can buy one.
Dungeness crabs live in deep water and are usually caught using crab pots. So for us to make this episode work, we actually have to buy a crab.
Well, there you go. That looks like it'll do the trick right there. That's a pretty big set of pinchers. I think we all know what's gonna happen next.
The good news for the crab, who I've endearingly named Roscoe, is that after I am pinched, he is going to be released back into the wild.
All right, well, I've got my crab. Now we're just gonna take it to a good spot that we can film me getting pinched. You know, the entire time I was hoping that this fisherman would never come back with these crabs. Now we have one. And my pointer finger is gonna feel the power of that claw pinch. I'm honestly pretty nervous right now it's gonna break my finger. They have these huge teeth-looking nodules on their claws. I didn't know they had those until I saw them. Kind of having second thoughts about this.
Dwelling primarily in eelgrass beds, the Dungeness crab gets its name from the town of Dungeness, Washington. It's one of the largest crab species in this region and is armed with a set of powerful claws that would even make a lobster jealous. I know what you were thinking. Coyote, why are you going to do this? And the answer is simple. To find out just how powerful these crabs really are, can they break a human finger? We're about to find out.
All right, Coyote, so does the crab seem bigger in person? Is it as big as you thought it would be?
Yeah. Actually, I've never really seen a full-grown Dungeness crab. I did picture something a bit smaller in my head. He's down there in the water right now. We just have water flowing through his gills. We're actually allowing him to power up, if I dare say power up, to make this pinch a little more extreme. Grumpy old Roscoe getting ready to do a number on my pointer finger. Oh boy, this is gonna be bad.
The pinch of any crab species has the potential to be very painful. And if the crab, like this one, is big enough, there is a chance it could actually break a finger.
This is it. This is for science. Here we go. Bringing it up. Oh boy, he looks grumpy. In the past, I've been pinched by several species of crab. Remember the purple shore crab? That one hurt. You look at this crab and you're probably thinking to yourself, Coyote, that one's like 10 times the size. Yeah, it is. And take a look at those claws. They are armed with little serrated teeth. Now what I'm gonna do today is put my pointer finger into one of those claws to see just how powerful that pinch really is. I have a feeling that this is going to hurt.
As long as it doesn't break my finger, I'm going to let this crab pinch me for 60 seconds. Never attempt to replicate what you are about to witness.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the pinch zone with the Dungeness crab. Ready?
Let's do it.
1, 2, here we go. 3. Ah! Oh! Oh, wow, that's pretty bad. Can you see that? Oh, he's got my whole finger locked in there. Oh, it's like right on the joint. Oh my gosh, the teeth are definitely just digging into my finger. Ah! Oh my gosh. Ah! Oh my gosh, that hurts so much more than I thought it was going to. Ah! These crabs actually use their pinchers for defense and also to catch their food. Oh, hold on, absorb the pain. Oh, I gotta try to get my finger out, man. It's crushing my finger. Hold on, put it down the rock. Oh my God. Oh, that hurt. Man, look at all those dents. Oh, that hurt. That was like having your finger in a set of vice grips. Man. Oh, that was worth it for science. Holy cow. I'm actually a little nervous that he may have like stress fractured the bone. Look at my finger, you see the crush marks? It's actually the pinches of the teeth that I think hurt the worst because I can feel those digging down into the bone. Oh, man, Roscoe, woo, you little bugger. Wow, well, I can now say without a doubt that the pinch of the Dungeness crab
Wow, that's pretty bad.
is by far the worst I've ever experienced. I can only imagine how bad the pinch is gonna be from a Maine lobster. All right, Roscoe, let's get you back off into the ocean.
As I placed Roscoe into the murky ocean waters, I am pretty sure that I saw a little smile on his face just before he disappeared into the unknown.
Cool, well there he goes. Roscoe is back off into the ocean, and I still have my finger. Awesome.
As for my finger, it was sore for a week, but completely free of any real damage. They say that Alaska is the last true frontier in North America, and if you've ever had the chance to step foot along its rivers, explore its vast forests, or encounter its majestic wildlife, then you certainly understand the truth in that statement.
One thing about tracking wolverines is there's always a good chance you're also gonna find the grizzlies. And these tracks right here are probably only about 10 minutes old. And that means the bear is just ahead of us.
Haines, Alaska, located on the southern edge of the state, is what most consider to be a gateway to the true north. It's a very difficult location to film, so for the brave wilderness crew and I, this was lining up to be one of our wildest adventures yet. And on just our second day, we had an encounter with one of the most iconic species in Alaska.
Coyote, what are we doing?
We are rowing as fast as we can out on a mosquito lake to try to film 2 moose that are swimming across it.
So are moose good swimmers?
Yes, very good swimmers. Very good swimmers where you want to get close, but not too close because they could flip us out of the canoe. You definitely want to stay a safe distance from them, not to startle them, but close enough to get some cool shots.
The Alaska moose is considered to be the largest subspecies of moose in North America, with males tipping the scales close to 1,600 pounds and females weighing just over 1,000 pounds. They can be found all across the state, and it is estimated that there are over 200,000 of them in the wild.
We were told by the people that own the cabins we're staying in that they frequently see moose swimming across this body of water. We got home tonight from shooting, coyote spots, 2 heads swimming across the lake. Sure enough, we're trying to get as close as we can to these moose so we can show you what they look like.
200 yards in closing.
All right, one of them is definitely a male. I think we got a male and female couple here. All right, I got my first shot on them. There they are.
Moose typically do not have social bonds with one another unless they are siblings under the age of 1 year, so it is likely that these two juveniles are brother and sister.
Okay,
So we got
real slow moving up.
we got a male moose on the left that has velvet.
Okay, he's definitely spotted us.
Yeah, they're looking right at us and they're feeding.
And while males can be territorial during mating season, and females if they are still weaning their calves, in most cases, moose can be safely observed and admired from a safe distance of around 100 yards.
This is like the perfect opportunity to get close to a moose. Is
This
this probably
is-
the safest way to do this?
This would be the safest way to get close to moose because they can't charge us. They're just going to kind of go about their business, eating all this vegetation that you have here in the lake. Right now they aren't too startled. Let's just kind of move up alongside of them.
As a natural defense, especially when in water, moose will often flee if they sense any potential danger. And while it wasn't our intention to disrupt them from feeding, they decided we had gotten close enough, and they trotted up and out of the water.
I just want to keep a safe distance. At any point in time, that male could turn around to protect the female. You see he's kind of staying in the back, letting her go first. That is either a juvenile male or one that's recently shed. You can see he's got the smaller antlers, still velvet on the antlers. That's pretty cool to see. You see they're actually touching shore now. You can see the back of the moose breaching there. Look at how big they are. They dwarf horses. Wow, are you able to get a tight shot?
Pretty tight. Oh
Okay.
man.
Wow, look at him go. Woo! That is incredible. Look at the strength of that animal. Boom, just like that, off into the reeds. Well, how awesome was that? Seeing moose swimming right through our backyards.
Being within 100 yards, we got the best shots we could, and with the rain steadily falling, we decided it was time to head back toward the cabin. The moose waited for us to get near shore, and then happily returned to the water, where they continued their feast of water plants. If there's one thing I learned about Alaska while exploring this beautiful state, it's that with every step you take, the wilderness only becomes more vast. As a human, you are small in Alaska, and the grand scale of this wild place really brings you in tune with nature. For me, getting in touch with nature usually means having an encounter with an animal. However, many animals can be difficult to see in the wild, and trying to interact with them can be dangerous.
Check that out. Those are grizzly prints right there.
Today I am getting the incredible opportunity to work alongside animal expert Steve Kroschel, who is going to help me get up close with one wily little creature that has been raised in his wildlife sanctuary, the Alaskan mink. Right now, I'm in an enclosure with the Alaskan mink, one of the stealthiest predators in the weasel family. And it's right here in front of me. You wanna come up here? Whoa, get real close to my leg there. You may wonder why I'm barefoot. That's because Steve told me that by being barefoot, it would help me connect with the earth, and in turn, help me connect with the animals.
These are little mink games, and I have to be careful because the mink's teeth are unbelievably sharp. They're like little tiny needles. Where'd you go? It's so cool how they are able to just turn around inside their skin, and that's one unique feature of all members of the weasel family. Like if I were to hold that mink by the scruff of its neck, it could completely spin its body. So let's say a predator, like a golden eagle, swoops in and grabs that animal with its talons. The mink can actually wrap its body around and attack the eagle as it is being attacked. That is one incredible defensive maneuver. Where did you go? There you go. Is that fun to play with? Biting on my sleeves, biting on my bracelet. And if I was one of her litter mates, this is exactly how she'd be playing. Even adult minks are incredibly playful in the wild. All members of the weasel family love to play. Would you like to go down to the river and have a splash? What do you think? Would that be fun? You lead the way. Ready? Let's go. Steve is incredibly connected to the planet. Part of this connection is his ability to communicate with animals, which he has been doing most of his life. Now, Steve,
Yeah.
I heard you earlier making a noise. Were you talking to this mink?
Yeah.
Do that again. Do
well,
that again.
they make a little chuckling sound when they're happy or during the mating season, which is in March.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to get him familiar with this area here. Now mink, they just got to bite. They communicate with their mouth.
Let me see if I can get down face to face with this.
Oh, face to face, but
Look at that. Okay, Steve. Look at how cute that face is. One thing that I love about mink is how adorable they look. See, and they have that little white chin,
Yeah.
just like a Wolverine.
All wild mink have that, basically.
Would you say more likely
It
around here
wants to go down and bite your toes.
Oh, I bet it
Is
does.
that
Should we
okay? Can I
see-
let it go?
Yeah. Well, should we take it over into a natural pool of water and see if it'll splash around?
Let's let it start here. Oh God, well, here it goes.
Look at how frisky it is. Now, can I try to hold it?
No, not now.
Not yet?
I can't even hold it now. Oh gosh.
See that? It's
Let's
getting
just let it go here.
Okay,
Let's
see
just
what
let it go.
happens?
Yeah.
All right, ready?
All right, just stay put.
Okay.
Just get it to go find a little hole there.
Let's see if we just don't do anything. Let's see what it will do.
I-
He loves this log. Look at that. You are actually calling the mink back.
You are so brave. It's just.
What's going underneath you there?
Well, there's lots of places to move. This is a miniature Wolverine in some ways.
Sure, absolutely.
related to the Wolverine.
And in my opinion, I think next to the Wolverine, the mink is the most perfect predator in the weasel family.
Yeah.
Their ability to not only go in the water, also their ability to climb. Let me see. Come here. You're okay.
It's gonna bite you.
It's okay.
It's biting you. Watch this. You can't hold on to them.
You can't. They're so squirmy, and in the length of the body. Let me see. Hi. That's about as much time as you can get going face to face with the mink. Just like that, I blow a little air at its face, and it's like, "Did you brush your teeth this morning?" And he's like, "I'm out of here."
Let's see if we can bring it over to the water.
Do you think if we put it in the water, it'll kind of splash around like in the natural environment?
Let's try it.
That would be awesome. And then we could show you guys just how hydrophobic that coat really is. Hey, you want to go into the water?
I think so.
Here he goes. Let's go.
Okay, so what we're doing here, Coyote, is a test. The animal, I say that it's imprinted on me, and this is what I do with a lot of the animals that I have, most of the animals that I have at the Wildlife Center, is that they have freedom. Freedom to go, freedom to come back.
Okay.
When the relationship is strong, this is a mink, this is its home, is this, kind of an environment. Will it just take off down the river, or will it stay with us? Here's the test. Loves water. This is its home.
What I'm doing right now is trying to just call the mink in. Once it gets comfortable with me, I have a good feeling it's gonna kind of just buddy up to me, and then we'll be right here splashing around in the water. Oh, look at that, he's coming right at me. Call him in, call him in. Whoop, just like that, you see that? That was an awesome shot. Ran right past GoPro. Where are you going?
You're developing a relationship, Coyote, with this semi-aquatic animal.
Yeah, he's getting pretty comfortable with me now. Look at that. Right on my hand, just rolling around. Oh, splashing, look at that. Look how he's just able to, there's no water actually staying on his fur. Get it. I think it actually likes my bracelet. Look at that, you see the water just flicking off of the mink's coat? How awesome is this? Laying on a riverbed, splashing around with a little mink.
I'm always excited to see a mink, and over the course of my life, I have been lucky enough to catch glimpses of them in the wild. They are incredibly elusive, so to spend a morning getting up close with one was an interaction that I've always dreamed of. The wilds of Alaska are home to one of the most ferocious mammals on the planet, a fearless predator armed with a bone-crushing bite force, lightning speed, and the ability to take down prey several times its own size. I know what you were thinking. It must be a grizzly bear, or maybe a wolverine. But what if I told you the maximum size of this animal is only 15 inches long, making it one of the smallest members of its family, the mustelids. Today we are in Haines, Alaska, at Steve Krochel's Wildlife Sanctuary, where we will be getting up close with one of these little mammals who's been raised in captivity. This stealthy hunter is related to badgers, pine martens, mink, and even wolverines. Have you guessed who we are talking about? If not, get ready to meet the short-tailed weasel.
Very slowly. Where is it? Hold on, let me lift off this rock. You gotta keep it in there with a rock. That's how strong they are.
Are you nervous doing that?
Yeah. It's gonna lunge out of the straw and maul me.
Oh, I see it. It's right there in the corner.
Where is it?
By the white thing.
Let me see.
right there.
There you are. Come over here. Oh, you hear that chirp? Okay, let me get it out. Well, maybe if we just sit back for a second. One thing you don't do is try to force a member of the Weasel family to do something that it doesn't want to do. Wait a minute, I hear some rustling in there. Here we go, here we go. It's about to spring out. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. It's a weasel. Now, don't let this cuteness fool you. This is one voracious predator. I'm trying to stay still right now. I don't want to just twitch my fingers around because if I do, it may think that that's something to latch onto. This little tiny animal that's jumping around in here has a bite strength that is 150 pounds per square inch. To give you some perspective, a human's bite force is only 85 pounds. And I think it's underneath me right now.
Right
Okay,
here,
you
right?
getting a little more comfortable with me? It's behind me. A little nervous. Tiny little sharp teeth.
Oh, here, look.
And you'll notice that the tip of the tail is dark in coloration, almost black. And the tip of the tail will stay that color all year long, even when the coat is white. You're so cute. You would fit perfectly in my pocket. You know where that weasel would go best? Right? Oh, he's scratching my back. In an instance like this, it is all about just letting the animal acclimate to me. I don't want to try to force an encounter. If I were to grab that weasel right now, it would rear around and bite me with those sharp little needle-like teeth. It's right behind you, Mark. Don't move, don't move. Just let it come back this way. I'm just keeping my hand low to the ground. It's underneath you. It's totally cool. Don't worry about it. Oh, there, right there, okay. This little creature is like the hummingbird of mammals. Its heart is going at 800 beats a minute. At a resting pace, 300 beats a minute. That is crazy. So this little thing is running around, its heart's going pop, 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 pop. Imagine that, 800 beats in a single minute. Now in the wild, these weasels are incredible predators, and what they will do is they will find the burrow of a mouse or a vole. It will go in there, it will find whether it's an adult or it's babies, and it will just eat everything that it comes across. Then they will take over the burrow and turn that into their home. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think there's any chance of me actually holding on to this weasel and keeping it still for the cameras. I do wanna get you guys some really cute shots of this animal. It's absolutely adorable. So I brought with me a GoPro on a gimbal. And I think if I follow the weasel around, I can get you guys some great shots. All right, you ready? I'm trying to call the weasel close. I just wanted to come up on these rocks here. It's almost like I can't move the camera fast enough to get it in frame.
He's right by your leg. Yeah, he's by your foot. There he is. He's coming to hang out. He's on your shoe.
Let him just hang out. Oh boy, where's that weasel going? You never know which hole it's going to pop out of. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's up in the crate. There it goes. It's so fast, it's like a little ninja. Awesome. Woo! Nice!
Did you get it?
Yeah, it's probably the best shot that I'm gonna get today. It is sweltering in here. But how fun was that? Spending the afternoon playing Pop Goes the Weasel with a weasel.
Over the past few months, we have released several episodes that were filmed in Haines, Alaska, at Steve Krochel's Wildlife Sanctuary. I had the chance to splash around in a river with a mink, got a GoPro camera incredibly close to a weasel, palled around with a baby red fox, and even went face to face with a wolverine. We had pretty much finished filming when Steve asked if we wanted to meet an orphaned baby reindeer. The answer was obvious, as we simply couldn't pass up sharing this adorable animal with you just in time for the holidays.
Yum, 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 yum. All right, look at that. Now, this is a baby reindeer. In the wild, this is more known as a caribou, but a semi-domesticated caribou is properly referred to as a reindeer. These animals have been used to pull sleighs up in the north, and of course, to control a sleigh, you need to have reins, hence the name reindeer. And you see right now Blitzen's just feasting away on this fireweed. A baby like this needs to consume a ton of food. They grow rather quickly, and you can see it, even at this age, he already has his antlers growing in, and they're so soft right now, just covered in this fluffy velvet. Yeah. And he's had a lot of plants to eat already this morning, and he's starting to get a little sleepy. Almost time for his nap. And like most babies, he spends a lot of time during the day resting. And this is really comforting to him right now. Just a little scratch on the side of the neck. Oof. You gotta watch your eyes next to those antlers though. Fortunately, they're still pretty dull, so you take a hit in the face and I'm gonna be okay. And I don't want to talk too loudly. Obviously, I'm real close to the animal's ears and they have very sensitive hearing. They need that sensitive hearing to be able to hear any sort of predator like a bear or a pack of wolves coming out when they're up there on the tundra. That would be a wolf. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's got the caribou out here. Don't worry, Blitzen. We're not gonna take you by that wolf. I may say that I am walking a reindeer, but the truth is the reindeer's walking me. See that? We're gonna go back that way. Whoop, here we go. Oh, that's the treat right there, huh? Yum, yum.
What is that?
This is called Old Man's Beard. And it's called Old Man's Beard because you can see it hangs down from tree limbs and it looks just like a beard. And this is the first time that Blitzen has ever had Old Man's Beard, and he seems to absolutely love it. And in the wild, a tree branch will be hanging down like this. You see they have the Old Man's Beard hanging off the branch, and the caribou would come up to feed just like this. This is completely natural for this animal right now. You can see he's just enjoying a breakfast of Old Man's Beard. Kind of peek through here for you. Hey, how's that breakfast, Blitzen? Pretty good? Okay, kind of in the danger zone here, right underneath the reindeer, but I wanted to get a close look at these hooves. You see how they're crescent shaped like that and spread wide apart? That is so that their hooves are like snowshoes. Now when they're out there walking on the tundra, that helps them stay on top of the snow. Bet you never thought you'd see me underneath a reindeer, did you? All right, let's go back up here by its head. I'm kind of in the danger zone here. Now let's take a look at this animal's coat. You see how soft and fluffy it is right now? That's because he's actually shedding out his winter coat and his summer coat is growing in. So soft and fluffy. Oh, look at that, his little nose just rested on my arm. I think he's had enough food this morning. He's probably getting tired. Now babies like this do sleep quite a bit. He may be getting tired. I can feel his head getting heavy on my arms. Oh, what a cute deer. Now Blitzen's eating a lot of plants this morning. Let's see if he would like some milk. Oh, look at that. Yep, clearly he's into milk. And one really interesting thing about most caribou species is that both the males and the females grow antlers. Now, the males have a much larger rack than the females, and eventually, oh, careful, look at how hungry he is. Eventually, Blitzen's antlers will grow into this enormous, beautiful rack. Wow, look at how fast this reindeer drinks milk. That is crazy. Yum, 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 yum. Oh my gosh. You are good at chugging milk. That is one thing for sure. I can see why Santa probably doesn't bring you into the house. You'd eat all of his milk and cookies, wouldn't you? And just like that, we have run out of milk. So everybody wanted to know why I grew a beard before Alaska. I figured I'd fit in perfectly, and as you can see, this reindeer loves, oh, burped right in my face. This reindeer loves cuddling up against my beard. Oh, he's going to sleep right now, I think. Well, how excellent was this? Spending the morning hanging out with a baby reindeer.
The Alaskan wilderness is by far the most epic-looking location we have captured on camera. Its towering mountains can be seen no matter what direction you turn, and as your boots trudge across the vast silt flats, you feel a sense of complete awe for this magnificent landscape. Aside from the scenery, this far northern state is home to a number of iconic animals, including bald eagles, moose, wolverines, and the most powerful predator in North America, the brown bear.
And these tracks right here are probably only about 10 minutes old. And that means the bear is just ahead of us.
In the past, I've had the chance to work up close with a brown bear, specifically Ursus arctos horribilis, more commonly known as the grizzly bear. We filmed an episode of Breaking Trail alongside Adam, a bear who was raised in captivity and who is very used to working in front of the cameras. The goal of interacting with this 750-pound animal was to show you what to do
Whoa, bear! Whoa, bear!
and not do if you ever encounter a grizzly and are faced with an attack. It was one of the most intense episodes we had ever produced, and to this day has garnered millions of views, all while educating the public on proper safety techniques when hiking in bear country. And it was no more than a couple years later that I would be put in the position where I had to implement these techniques, as I encountered a bear in the wild. We had just completed production on our highly anticipated Wolverine episode, and the sun was getting low in the sky. It was a great time to get some location photography, so the crew and I headed up an old logging road and deep into the wilds of the Alaskan backcountry. At this time of day, bears are very active, so we made sure that we were armed with bear spray. We headed off the road and down onto the silt flats, where we spent time getting a few epic-looking shots. Mark and Mario wanted to film the sunset, so they headed upriver, leaving Austin and I behind to shoot some photographs. Once finished, we began to walk back in the direction of Mark and Mario, when all of a sudden, we were faced with one of the most dangerous encounters in the animal kingdom.
She's going right towards us.
Okay, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Walk to the car, okay? Walk to the car.
Back up, so. Yo, bear! Yo, bear! Back up, bear!
Back up, bear!
Back up, bear! Back up, bear! Good bear, good bear! Pursue slow.
Yo, bear! Yo, bear! Yo, bear!
Yo, bear, yo, bear!
Yo, bear! Yo, bear!
Go back, bear! Go back, bear! Holy cow. Holy cow. That was insane. We had a mother coming straight up on us with multiple cubs. That was pretty wild.
Oh!
Keep your guard though, because she may have worked her cubs down the line there. Oh, wow. That was crazy.
What was that, 3 cubs? 4 cubs?
4 cubs.
4 cubs.
4 cubs and a sow. Just pace yourself slow here. We don't know where she moved off to. Wow. Okay, just go slow. That is my hand shaking, bear spray, ready to go if she charged. That was crazy. That was a mother with 4 cubs. That is the closest you were ever gonna get to a brown bear right there. Less than 100 yards. That was insane. How you feeling right now?
Dude, I'm like shaking.
Dude, my hand is shaking.
When
Look
she
at these
stood
tracks.
up, I was like, oh,
She stood up,
man.
hind legs right there. Look at that track.
Woo-hoo-hoo,
That
baby.
is the closest you're gonna get.
Oh.
And she had cubs.
A large number of bear attacks happen when a human stumbles upon the exact scenario Austin and I were faced with. Nothing is more dangerous than a mother bear defending her cubs.
Okay, so we've now met back up with Mark and Mario. The bears actually ran right in between us. You guys were up ahead trying to find bears, and they just split the difference between us. But come here, check this out. Look at all of the tracks down here in the mud, and I would have loved for them to get a little bit closer, but you have to make that wise decision at some point. You can see that there's a bunch of log snags here, and I had to make that call that was alert the bear, let them know that Austin and I were in front of them, because if the mother got up over the top of these logs, she may have felt pinned and charged us. Thankfully, they went the other direction. That may have been the most intense thing that has happened the entire trip. And right now, I'll show you a couple. Right now, I'll show you. Right now, I can't even talk. And right now, we'll show you a couple photos that Austin got of the bears. I don't even know how you had the wherewithal to pop up your camera and get those shots, but holy cow, that's being less than 100 yards from a mother brown bear and her cubs. Wow, that was crazy.
And that's why you always carry that.
And that is why you always carry bear spray when you're out here in brown bear country. Wow, that was crazy.
All right.
It's windy and it's cold. Thing you don't want to do in this situation is ever fall into the water. As you can see, I've got my life preserver on. Hopefully I stay in the raft most of the time, but you guys know me. If I see something exciting, I gotta get out of the raft in a hurry. Curse splash, Coyote is in the drink.
Come on in.
Good?
Sit and spin.
Yeah. Sit and spin.
Okay.
You'll see as we get up here near all these dead trees, you have all this debris, the driftwood that's washed up in all these sediment deposits. Perfect spot for these birds to hang out and look for food. On to find those eagles. I did watch the river wild before we came out on this trip, just to get myself ready.
There's Joe, our guide.
Joe? Yep. Joe knows these rivers better than anybody, don't you, Joe?
Yeah, this is my passion right here.
Eagles come in many shapes and sizes. We've seen a lot of juveniles since we've been here. Those eagles are mostly dark in coloration. What we're after is the full-grown adults with that brilliant white head and the white tail. Nothing is more iconic in the world of raptors than a bald eagle. It truly is something to be amazed by. We're gonna hop off on land here, take a little walk around, do some exploring, maybe find some bones, and keep our eyes peeled for eagles.
All right, let's do it.
Probably find some tracks.
Yeah. Here, check this out. Look at that. There's a bone of some sort, and it's big. I'm guessing that probably belonged to a moose at some point.
You think it is?
Probably. There aren't many deer in this area. I doubt it's a bear, but yeah, pretty well worn. It's not a moose skull, but let's keep searching. We'll find something good on these plateaus.
Man down.
That's what happens when you get into sticky situations.
You rolling?
Yeah.
Austin, our on-location photographer, has gotten stuck in the sink mud.
Yep.
You all right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy. Look how dilating that is. Woo! You looked up and before you knew it, you were almost knee-deep in it. Watch yourself, Mark. You're walking right into it.
Oh yeah, I am. Wow.
Yeah,
Look at that. Whoa.
That's crazy. Wow. Check that out. Those are grizzly prints right there. You can see the paw pads right up here. And this track specifically, you can see the marks where the claws went in. And the way to identify that it's a grizzly track is you've got about an inch between the paw pads and the actual claw marks. Watch your backs, guys. We are definitely in grizzly territory.
All right.
All right, back on the boat. Heading down river, looking for eagles.
Rolling.
You rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a mature bald eagle right up here in this tree. Look at how gorgeous that bird is. Let me get a little closer to you, see if you can get the shot. Right there, just staring down at us. How majestic is that bird?
Here it is.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Nice. Our first mature eagle of the day. Okay, now we just gotta find a spot where we can stop the raft and get some great shots. So just up here to my left, we've got two eagles right on the shoreline. Filming eagles is not easy. They can be very skittish. We want to move in as slow as we possibly can, stay stealthy, set up the 600mm lens, and try to get this shot. We've been on the river for hours looking for this one opportunity to actually film these eagles. I think this is it. I'm so excited. Okay, so right now we're trying to sneak in close on the eagles. Mark's got the 600mm. We're trying to stay in a straight line so that the animals only think it's one human sneaking up on them. Careful, this is sink mud.
Run speed.
Wow, that's cool. Now, the two eagles that we're looking at, that is pretty much the king and queen of what's considered the Eagle Council Grounds. And in the winter, there will be over 1,000 eagles right here where these two rivers converge. The water doesn't actually freeze, so it's like an eagle buffet line of eating all these salmon that are still swimming upstream. Okay, so right now we're gonna slowly try to move in and get an even better shot. Look at how the ground is moving. I hope he doesn't sink. Just gonna get up on that ridge line. Shot. Come on, get the shot. Get the shot. This is probably about as close as we're gonna be able to get without having to forge the river.
Trying to film eagles, man. It's not easy. And we're still quite a ways off. I'm trying to look to see how I might be able to get even closer.
This is pretty cool. Right now we have found an eagle nest right up here in the tree. Mark's filming it, getting a pretty good shot. We can't determine if it's an active or an inactive nest. Can't see if there's any chicks in there, but we have 2 adults that are hanging out in this area, assuming that that is their throne. Cool. Okay, so we're changing up the strategy just a touch here.
Yep.
Mark's gonna be up front operating the 600 millimeter from the front of the raft. We've got an eagle up here in the trees. We're gonna try to do a drift by and get an epic shot. You ready for this? All right, load it up.
All right, let's get in.
This is fun chasing eagles.
Yeah. Gotta have the right gear. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a learning curve. We've never, tried to get shots like this before. This certainly isn't an animal that I can catch and present in front of the cameras. It's kind of like this constant treasure hunt where you're looking for the next great opportunity to catch a shot. And coming up right here, we've got a mature eagle up in the tree, so we're gonna try to just drift by and get a shot. Maybe it'll fly just as we're passing underneath it. It's the closest we've been to a bird all day long. Mark's perched up on this log, and he's getting the shot.
Got it. Pretty sharp.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Bang.
Nice, see we cut that together with Mario's shot because Mario's got to come and leave the tree.
Yeah.
It goes whoosh right past you, zooms out, and you turn, you go. Got it! That's awesome. Nice shot. All right, our first epic eagle shot of the day. Woo! Well, how cool is that? Spending the day out here on the rivers, chasing down eagles, and we finally got the epic shot. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next location. Nice!